Information that we saw, when they called the timeout, so I actually changed the call there for the fourth down call, and Dak just did a great job of. I wanted a little more protection, because we had a chip on T.J. Watt there, so it's a play that we run a lot and practice a lot, and he had great patience, and JT did a great job putting that ball in that front pylon.
Yeah, we just wanted a chance. Just give us a chance on that 2-minute drive. I personally was pissed about the 2-minute drive before half, obviously, right? Throwing an interception there when we can get points, easily 3, if not a touchdown. 2 minutes, something I love, so just being able to get back in it, down 4, knowing we needed a touchdown. We practiced that a lot, I'd say as much as probably, if not more than any team in the league. So we're all very comfortable in that situation with the plays being called. And then, getting it down there pretty quick, and then having some opportunities, to strike in the end zone. And whether it was my run on the first one, getting it to the half-yard line, or as you said, Rico trying to go over the top. For me, they always stress, follow the ball, right? And more than ever, right, that's the reason why. So just examples of things in practice coming up over and over again. And then the play we ran is one of our most comfortable plays. That and, honestly, the play before that, throwing it to Tolbert low. It's a miss on my part. Was halfway in between running it up the middle and throwing it, trying to throw it low before the safety came back, and just wanted one more up at it. And luckily we had the fourth down, and it was special to get it back to Tolbert. He did a great job of coming across the field, getting open. Offensive line did a great job on that play, allowing me to stay in the pocket. And as you said, just the persistence and resilience of the team just really showed in there, showed on that drive.
Clarence Hill, I'll say that. Two things. Was there any doubt on your mind in the last drive that y'all were running for?
Not at all. Just look at the whole game. When we weren't scoring or we weren't doing what we needed to do, it was on us. It was on me. Whether it be fumbling on the sack early in the game in field goal range in the red zone, whether it be throwing the interception right before half, and then again when we're up 3, getting the penalty backing us up, and then that interception. Other than those, we're able to move the ball and do what we wanted. Yeah, there was never a doubt in my mind. I don't think it was a doubt in anybody in that huddle. No, there wasn't, and on the sideline. And we were just able to, even as I said, getting down there, not converting, whether it be the run I had, Rico trying to go over the top, or the throw right there on the third down. Coach always says if we have time or downs, we give ourselves a chance, and we're able to capitalize on it.
Secondly, McCarthy said the first game ball with the guys. He was talking about you guys, the celebration locker room, what it meant to get him a win at home.
Yeah, it was huge. Obviously, it's a guy. Y'all know how I feel about him, love him. Great head coach. Is very, very proud to be from Pittsburgh, Greenfield at that. And you hear it anytime anything comes up with references from this place. That's why I had to go on a little tour last night, see some of the stomping grounds that he's talked about to paint that picture in my head, which was really special. Got to stop by his parents' house, spend some time with him and them. And then, it was just important for us to come out and obviously get this win, another one on the road, go 3-2. It meant a lot just to be able to deliver him a game ball, not knowing that was his first, but then doing that. And, it's a game, even with this the delays. I was saying it before the game started, we're not going to forget this one regardless, right? With the delays, with everything that happens, one of those games, I don't care how long you play, you'll never forget it. And so I just kept saying, let's make it one to remember. And I think we did that, and all the ups, the downs, the ebbs and flows, a lot of things that Mike preaches on, 2 minutes, and for us to just stay resilient, win the game in 2 minutes, here in his hometown. He deserves it.
Dak Prescott with ESPN. This is your 23rd game-winning drive, fourth quarter tie, and all that stuff. What do you say to yourself when you go on the field in these situations? And were you more upset about the picks and the fumble at that point, and you're thinking, okay, here's a redemption, or is that past?
Yeah, no, that's thank God for the opportunity. I love being in there. As I said, we practice it a lot. And you're pissed at yourself, like you said, for the turnovers, for the interceptions. But when I realize I have the ball, down 4 with an opportunity to score with enough time, plenty of time. That's all I can ask for, and that's why I say you just thank God for those opportunities, putting me in that, and just allowing me, the training, everything that we put into this, the team, the offense, staying neutral, staying resilient, and just being comfortable in that situation. You're just thankful you're in that, especially when you've had a game with turnovers that I still got an opportunity, and we can go win this game.
What does it say about this team? You win without the guys who couldn't play tonight, and then you lose guys in the game and you still lead with a win.
Yeah, as I said, resilient. Eric Kendricks mentioned it this morning in a team meeting. Just, this is how the NFL is made. Guys having to step up. A lot of guys, including myself, this is how we've gotten our jobs and created a name for ourselves, of stepping up when someone goes down. So for guys not to shy away from that opportunity, not to think that this is bigger than it is, they're prepared for it. We've got confidence in them, around them, and whether it be the guys that played more than they have from the beginning of the game, or as you said, that had to come in the game throughout the different injuries. Proud of each and every one of these guys who played and fought and withstood that delay. That's adversity in itself before we even get out there. That it was a fun game, impressive game.
John Michaud with The Athletic. What do you think it's been in the second half with you and CD not being able to maybe produce as much as you have in other quarters and in games in the past? Is it just because you're going to look for the most advantageous open wide receiver and they're shading coverage towards him, or is there anything that stands out to you?
Yeah, you nailed it right there. I'm going through my reads. Simple as that. Whether it's the beginning of the game, later in the game, whatever it is, I'm going through my reads, trusting my process, and credit to the defenses that we're playing. And it goes into what me and CD have been able to do, that especially when you get in the game and you start off hot, whether they're changing their game plan or they go to something a little quicker that says, okay, they're trying to attack with me and CD. They do a good job of, bringing another guy to them. If you look at it all night, if they're in single high, the guy was leaned towards CD's side from the beginning. So other guys have to step up, and that's what they're able to do, and that's why the passing game worked, whether it be Ferg, whether it be Tolbert. It's credit to the other guys, and CD understands that. He obviously wants the ball. We all want the ball. That's being in this league and being the natural competitors we are and having the standard that we do. But he understands when we get in that position, he's got to go take 2 of them out. He's got to go do his job and be there for those other guys to get them open. And they did a good job of making the plays tonight when it came their way.
Alvin Watkins, Dallas, what was the difference tonight with Rico and the running game getting going the way you wanted to?
Just up front, obviously I've got to look at the tape. But I'd say he was patient. All the backs were patient, pressing the hole, trusting the linemen to get up to the next level, and then making cuts, and just great balance, being able to, run the ball, pass the ball, keep them off balance, and keeping the defense, keeping the defense off balance. Just in kind of some of our formation, passing formations, being able to run the ball, whether it was a big 3rd down run, whether it was the 4th down to Zeke. I just think everybody, stepped up when they had to, and that's what it takes. And still plenty areas to get better, but it's good to be able to do that with the win.
This is one of those games where you saw Tolbert, like a lot of people who don't see him in practice, like this is what we know that he could do, like the game he had tonight.
Yeah, for sure. There's no doubt in my mind he'd have a game like this, especially if we're going to throw it as many times as we did. It's a great defense. Coach Tomlin over there ran a tight ship for a long time with one of the best defenses in the league throughout his time, and understanding that they're not going to let one guy beat you, and that's kind of the point of the defense, shading to him, leaning toward him, and then giving more opportunity for Tolbert to step up, and he did exactly that. But as you said, that's what I've seen from him. Going back to training camp, the timing routes go way back into the off season, the time that we spent together. Just excited for him of making the most of his opportunity and being able to capitalize it right there with a game-winning touchdown.
Taking into context all of Tolbert's career here and the ups and the downs, and then having to step in for Brandon these next few weeks, how proud are you of him?
Super proud. As you said, the ups and the downs. It was just down early in his career, and that's because the guy had high standards for himself. We did as well. We do, and he just didn't quite start out the way he wanted to. But I think that's a great story for a lot of guys in this league to understand, just because it doesn't start the way you want to, that you're in control. You can rebound from that. he went in that offseason. As you said, Brandon wasn't here, but Brandon is a key factor to his success. And I joked when he finished with the media, said I'm surprised he hadn't called Brandon already. That's what that guy means to him. He's a role model. He shows him the ropes, continues to do that. As I said, the time that I was able to spend with just Tolbert throughout the offseason, if I called, I sent a text, said, hey, I'm throwing at this time. He was one of the main guys that was always there. And so, as I said, just being able to play more tonight, step in, take advantage of an opportunity. I had no doubt that this was he was going to do, what he's capable of doing, and he can continue to get better, and I'm going to push him and make sure that he does.
And what did you guys get into with the McCarthys last night?
I just had a couple waters, unfortunately. Wish we could go back there tonight, you know.
No dominoes or anything?
No, it was a quiet night. I'm sure the place was rocking tonight during the game, though. It was cool. It was cool just to see the place. As I said, I've heard so many memories about. Me and the quarterbacks went there. Just something I won't forget.
So this would be a fun Dak staying on Tolbert. You've talked a lot about his throwing sessions and the playbook that he has and all that stuff. When you think about his journey, what is this? Is there a personal story or anything that kind of comes to mind for you with the way that he got here?
I mean, I just think about the way that he responded from his rookie year. Right? Guy that was drafted in the 3rd round, you know, he wanted to coming from South Alabama where he was the guy, getting probably 10-plus targets, receptions a game, to, you know, coming in and not the big fish anymore, you know, and that was a little tough for him to get and understand, but we also threw everything at him, you know, and you don't always throw that at many guys, and we knew that he would be able to take it all in and learn it. And, you know, it wasn't the best the first year that he wanted, but the way that he approached that offseason, his resiliency, confidence in himself to be able to respond and understanding that as much as anything, it wasn't a lack of ability. It was maybe the mindset that he was in, and to flip that and just continue to grow. As I told him in this offseason, I expect him to make the same jump that he did from year 1 to year 2 into this year, and I think tonight was a testament of that. And as I said, I'm going to keep pushing him to get better. Not going to put a ceiling on what that guy can do, what our relationship can be, how important he can be to this offense. Just going to continue to push him, and I know he's going to push himself, and excited for us just to continue to grow and him help this team win.
Rico Dowdle getting to be the bell cow. Just what does a good running game do for the entire offense in general?
Yeah, everything. Proud of that guy as well. You know, whether it be me getting out of the pocket and throwing him one in the end zone for a touchdown, or him just running hard all night long, following his blocks, trusting it. Super proud of him. Guy that puts a lot of work into it. All those backs do. And tonight was just his night, and he'll continue to build off of that.
Dak Prescott, walking DallasCowboys.com. Stat line won't floor anyone, but anyone who watched the game or watches the film, they'll see little Mike Allstott. Blocking was there, short yardage back, also receiver out of the backfield. Talk about just how he continues to build and his versatility and the value of the offense.
Yeah, I mean, I think it starts, as you said, with his versatility. He can do whatever we ask him to do, whether it be lining up out at tight end, lining up in the backfield, running the ball, catching a screen, catching a pass. Just a true football player. You know, there's certain guys that, you know, you just watch them grow and you watch them handle everything that you throw at them at a high level, and you say that's just a football guy. He wants more. He wants more responsibility. He's trying to make the most of everything that he does, and tonight was just another example of that. And as you said, little Mike Allstott, I sent him, you know, some clips that were surfacing this week of Mike Allstott, and so his new nickname for me is H-Train. So just excited for him just to continue to grow as well. Yeah.
Last one. What'd you do during the delay? Take a nap, stretch, eat? What'd you do?
Didn't take a nap. I mean, I ate a little waffle, one of those little, you know, protein waffles. Other than that, you know, just kept some heat on my back, on my legs. Just tried to stay warm for the most part. You know, just did some little ball drills with the football. But other than that, I mean, just ready, just trying to keep the guys in the mindset of, you know, whenever this thing happens. I didn't know when it was going to happen, right? Would we wait an hour and a half, I guess you can say? Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a light. It was guys had a good mood about themselves, and now we're ready to get home before lunch. So we'll see.
Outgoing news, just that game-winning drive in general, and especially the recovering the fumble and then the fourth down play. What to walk us through all that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's interesting. We put a lot of time into the last play of the game. Frankly, the history of playing this team, it always comes down to the last play of the game. So I just thought our guys just held their composure, just kept playing. It was a different surface, just because of the weather and the moisture. We knew the ball was going to be alive, and it was, certainly for us at times. But yeah, I just think the resiliency of our football team was on display tonight.
Clarence Hill, I'll say it. Dak didn't have his best game. That throws that sort of were questionable interceptions. We just talked about how he played in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I thought he had 3 different lineman positions. We had some things going on up front, and this team can rush the passer. I mean, just their outside pressure. Cam Hayward's found the fountain youth. This is an excellent defensive front. We felt that way coming in. Obviously, if you take a close look of how we tried to protect against them, it shows the respect that we had for their front. But yeah, so you can see he was getting some push early. He was getting on his back foot. But I thought the completion, composure was there. There was just some miscommunication on the first interception down there where we were trying to. They had a late substitution. The corner was down into the boundary, so we tried to go quickly 4 verticals. So I was unfortunate on that one. And then really the big shot there in the fourth quarter. They were playing cloud to CD. Pretty much a lot of the day. So we tried to attack the middle of the field there with CD, and then obviously when the conversion of the coverage then took the shot on the outside. So that's a competitive interception. Those things happen, but. Other than that, I mean, the specifics of everything, I got to look at the tape. But I thought he played very well, and kept us, in the game. We were extremely productive against a really good defense. We moved up and down the field. We got to score points in the red zone, and most importantly, we got to get rid of these penalties. These not only the number, but the critical penalties on third down and red zone. That's been our challenge all year, and it was a little bit of a challenge tonight. But that's a hell of a team win for us.
You talk about his composure, after all of that, interception, whatever, getting on that ball and then. Oh yeah, no, his
composure is a huge strength of his. He's the same man every day, way he works and the way he competes. Yeah, he doesn't blink. I mean, he's not he doesn't dwell on mistakes. So yeah, he never blinked one time during that game. So I mean, there was never a doubt that we were going to go down and score. We were just trying to really manage things against that defensive front, and I thought our guys up front and Rico and Zeke, I thought they did a great job running the ball in the second half.
Mike, Todd Archer, the ESPN, they called the timeout after you guys called the timeout. You switched personnel groups. Were you anticipating that? Was there any change that you guys went?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we were just watching the communication. Probably no different than they were doing. They were trying to. We call it a Kodak. Take a picture of the. The formation, common knowledge too is, maybe make the offensive guy go to his second call. So I was in between 2 calls there. Liked the information that we saw, when they called the timeout. So I actually changed the call there for the 4th down call. And, Dak just did a great job I wanted a little more protection, because we had a chip on TJ Watt there. So, it's a play that we run a lot and practice a lot, and he had great patience, and JT did a great job putting that ball in that front pylon.
You talked about the beginning, and it shows the resiliency of the team. To win it without Parsons and Lawrence and all the guys that weren't here tonight, and the guys who went down in the game. Is this something that can carry over, you think, or is it a week-to-week league in some?
Oh no, this is building. It's all about stacking success. A big chunk of confidence comes out of this win. Make no mistake about it. We beat an excellent football team in an excellent environment. We have 3 road wins already. So these things all carry forward. This game's about confidence. At the end of the day, as your confidence rises, your opportunity to win increases. That's held true in this league. A lot of times it's not who you play; it's when you play them. And injuries are part of the game. So I know our guys back home are proud of us, but this is the expectation, and our guys stepped up. You can see it in practice, so I wasn't concerned coming into this. We had a good week of practice, and it's very rewarding for the locker room when they go out there and put it out there, and it carries over to the win. So and hey, you got the rain delay, and you had all kinds of things going on today, and these guys didn't blink. It's been a long day. Hell, it's Monday already. So.
John Machota with The Athletic. Taking all that into account, the rain delay, the way the game ended, getting a big win, getting back to the winning record 3-2, and also for you to be able to walk off the field in Pittsburgh getting a win. What are your emotions right now?
I mean, it feels great. First time I've been part of a victory here. So, but I do mean this. At the end of the day, this is about the players. This is a players' game. I'm blessed to be part of the NFL for as long as I've been. I have tremendous respect for this organization, the Rooney family. So, but yeah, this game's about the players. I mean, these guys poured it out there. I mean, both sides. I mean, that was, I would have paid to, I'd have paid to watch that game tonight without a doubt. I mean, and we knew it too. Mike Tomlin and I talked about it in pregame. That these two franchises have had historic games. And he said, hey, let's do it again. So. That was a hell of a game, hell of a football game.
Hey, Mike, Patrick Walker, Cowboys.com. Obviously, with the injury to Brandon Cooks, one of the questions entering this game was how would the young wide receivers outside the season step up? Jalen Tolbert, 87 yards to lead the team, gets the goal touchdown. Talk about his day. Yeah, definitely. Competitive is, these guys compete, and it just, and you probably get tired of hearing me say, I just love to see him and. JB and Terp, and it's good to get Flo out there also to see all these guys have an opportunity because they put the work in, and you can see it. I mean, one of the biggest indicators of where a young receiver is in his in his flight going through the league is how the quarterback looks to him. When your quarterback comes off his back foot and doesn't even care who's out there, or just when we're playing. Attack the defense, and you don't worry about who's playing where. Those are good times. Those are potentially great times. So you can see that Dak has excellent confidence in those guys, and that's really the biggest compliment because that tells you clearly that they've done the work. They're connected. Their time clocks are aligned, and at the end of the day, we just got to keep working. Hopefully, continue to have a lot more success, and that's where the confidence increases, and that's really what this game's all about.
Do you have any updates on Marshawn and the other guys?
Do not. Talk to Marshawn briefly, so until we get him scanned and everything, we're not truly going to know. But, it's the first time he's had a knee injury, so he's in good spirits.
And then how did you guys handle the delay? What kind of stuff did you do? How did you
Just kept the players posted. I think it's important, just like any time you go through those. I've been through it before. So, I had a 30-minute, then I went to an hour. So just kept posted. They took their pads off. Everybody made them comfortable. Music and things like that. They stayed loose. So I think the 15-minute warm-up was perfect. But no, it was. Yeah, no one really blinked. And I think it showed the way we came out. Part of the reason why we want to take the ball and get up and get going. So I thought our guys handled it very well.
You talk about the line guys going in and out and the decision to move Tyler Smith to left tackle. How much work has he got in left tackle this year?
He's been working probably since the last 2 weeks of training camp. We started that. Yeah, so we've been rolling that through. Tyler Guyton had to he was sicker for a while in training camp, so we started working that process.
Just how you guys handle all that. I mean, Nealon goes down. I think you have three defense men left on the roster. I know we're going to play some of those. Rotate.
Yeah, we had some of the guys at linebacker ready for that. So I mean, it's this was a different lineup that we had today. It's the first time I've ever had 6 linebackers up, and I think it showed on special teams. So, and I think it definitely helped the linemen that they only had a focus clearly on defense. Defense. They didn't have any special teams participation. So I think their roles and responsibilities were clearer, cleaner for them, I should say. And I like the way that looked, just as far as the way, I'm talking about the whole preparation part of it through practice and so forth. And our substitutions were better on the sideline. I thought we were a lot cleaner there, and that helps. I mean, it's part of, like I say, whether they're calling offensive plays or defensive calls, quick calls better than a late one. So, it's just getting them in there, getting the substitution. So I thought we had really good flow.
sticking with the defense, so much talk about stopping the run and how you guys stopped the run tonight.
What's that? Do we want,
Just asking 12 questions.
No, it's just,
it's late, David. Just hang in there. Yeah, so.
it's Monday.
Yeah, it's Monday. Yeah, they did a hell of a job. No, I just, we're 2 weeks, we're stacking there. I mean, it's 2 weeks in a row, and, we got another big challenge coming here with the Lions. So, yeah, it's, once again, it's playing together, the details and the discipline of it. I think we can continue to get more hits on the ball. We're there. I thought our footwork, as far as the approach, whether it's tackling and getting off blocks, was better tonight. But there's definitely more to, I'll be honest, I thought our guys handled the surface. It was a soft surface, after the rain, and we're down there in Texas. We don't wear 7 studs a lot and so forth. So just footing and things like that. I thought they handled the whole challenge of today, and and that definitely helps you with your run defense. David, oh sorry.
What do you make of Rico's performance over the last couple of weeks and what
Yeah.
tonight?
I mean, that's who Rico is, and that's really what we get to see. I mean, he's a bull and ball full of butcher knives, his running style, and I just think first couple of weeks he was probably a little quick on his courses. I thought he ran with a lot more patience and discipline, and when he hits that second level, he's all gas and physicality. So I thought he had a really nice night.
Along with that, you talked so far up to this point about needing more attempts in the run game.
Yeah, how many did you get? I didn't see the stat. What did we end up with? Did you get? No, seriously.
I didn't have the time.
Oh, I didn't either. How many attempts do we have? We get over 30? 31? Okay, we got to stay up there. But, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So, I mean, we definitely – I think if you can draw up an ideal night for ball distribution, you want to be north of 30 runs and north of 30 passes. That's definitely the world that I like to live in, because I know we're distributing the football.
Sure.
Hey, Mike, excuse me.
You're all right.
It's Monday, right? Yeah, back to Dak, just a couple things. One, what went through your mind when you saw him diving for that fumble down at the end? And then
You better get the ball. Yeah.
which he did.
Yeah, no, he did a great job.
But when you see that happen and
Yeah.
the game's on the line,
Yeah.
what does that say about it?
Yeah, no, it's football. I mean, that's who he is. He would not expect anything less. And, obviously that was a big play. Some of the biggest plays you make as a quarterback is in that position, so that's why you keep playing. Yeah, I mean, he kept it alive. And we're first and goal at the 1. Now we're back at the 5 or 6 or wherever he ended up. So, that was a huge play in the game, getting that ball back.
Even in knowing, just the composure you talked about, the leadership, the player he's been, when you don't have Parsons and you don't have DeMarcus, does that add even more pressure, for lack of a better word, for Dak to kind of?
I hope not. I hope not. I hope he looks at it the same way he does every day, because that's that's the way I want him to approach it. But yeah, we haven't talked about that because he's going to come in and work. I mean, he's super consistent in his approach and his energy. So yeah, I don't. I mean, hey, trust me, we all know what D-Law and Micah, and Brandon mean to our football team. So I'm not trying to dismiss that at all. But this is the ultimate team game, and that's why, when that 90-man roster is finalized, it's important to make sure that everybody's connected, trained, and it's. I say it all the time. I've been part of one Super Bowl champion. It took 77 players to get that done, and that's something that I hold to the forefront of our thinking. But not only that, our operation. So, in times like this is when it shows.
Last one. Like, being from the Pittsburgh area, how did you communicate to your team that the environment they were going into from a very unique perspective?
I mean, we had a few guys that played up here in 16. So. Yeah, it's we got a number of guys on our staff from Pittsburgh. So, but yeah, they heard heard some music this week just to make sure they're ready. But no, hey, this generation of NFL players, I mean, they're probably in my time in the league, I think they're not only so in tune with what's going on in the world, but definitely with other teams in the NFL. So we were well schooled on the terrible towels and in Renegade and all those things. So, my message to them was just to enjoy it. It's a great atmosphere to compete in, and, and I think they really did. I think they enjoyed everything about it. I mean, I know talking earlier the week with Zach Martin, you know, he said this was his favorite place to play, so on the road. So, you know, you got to take these, you know, these moments in like this because it's, you know, it goes fast. I mean, it goes fast. So we just enjoyed the experience.
Sorry, thank you.
Thank you.